Well, Max, congratulations, 8 win in a row, and you had to work for that one. How was it?
Yeah, it was, in the beginning I had to be careful. You could see in turn one there was a little clash and we just stayed out of trouble. And I think in the first turn I was a bit unlucky. I got stuck in that DRS train with Lewis on Charles. But as soon as basically Lewis lost that DRS, I could pass. And from there on everything was fine. I think in the first stint it was just a bit tough because of following for such a long time. Your tires overheat, but as soon as we put the second tire set on, we were flying. I mean, I felt really good on that medium. Of course, it was quite tricky with the rain falling at some points. So I had to be quite careful, even though I had a moment in Eau Rouge. But yeah, from there onwards, everything went smooth. We went back to the soft tire, and once you're on clean air, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, it's good. Double podium. It was a shame what happened yesterday with Lewis, but I think today we managed to recover some good points, and look forward massively for the second half of the season. I'm looking forward to a bit of a break.
It feels good to be back on the podium, and obviously especially for the last race of the first part before the summer break. It's been a positive weekend overall in terms of pace from FP1 to the race, and it was really important for me to finish on a high note. And we did so it's good. It wasn't an easy race. The rain was there in the second stint, which didn't make things easy. But all in all, we had the perfect management of the race.
I mean, we started third and went backwards one place, but we expected the Max to come flying by at some stage. They were 0.8 to a second faster than everybody today per lap, so not really in the same race. But we got some good points. We got fastest lap at the end, which is great, and lots of consistent points finishes for us as a team. We've made big strides as a team. I just got to keep working away.
Top 5 is again back to normality for us in terms of results. We kept George behind, Lando as well, so in the mix with the Mercedes, with the McLaren, so much more normal. I felt the car fast all throughout the race, good to start, but then we kept the pace very high. So, thanks to the team, we made a few modifications in the setup of the car after Hungary, after Silverstone. Maybe we did some mistakes there, and I think the most important thing is understanding the car, and is what we are doing.
I don't think I've ever experienced a race weekend like this in my whole career. One, in terms of the weather, and on my own personal side, just a really challenging weekend. So the break's coming at a good point, but as a team, happy with some good points on the board. Opening that gap to P3 in the team championship, but we're still eyes on Red Bull and clearly have a lot of work to do.
The beginning was very tough, but we put the soft on when we knew the rain was going to start to happen, and I think we were so much quicker than everyone else. We gained 10 positions or something in just strategy. I didn't even overtake one person on track. I feel I didn't overtake one person in the straight because we were so slow in the straight, but I think I did maybe 3 or 4 overtakes in the middle of some corners, and the rest of it was just through strategy. So, I'm pretty happy with how things were. I felt like we were not going to finish anything better than 15th, 16th, 17th today, and I ended up P7. So, a pleasant surprise.
I mean, it can't finish in a better way. From where we started, 14th. We flew through the field, and a bit like last year. It was starting in the back, a lot of fighting. I did really enjoy that race. It was a lot of fun, out there, positioning the car, looking at, which car had which weakness, at which corner to be able to plan a move. And Alex, Lance, Yuki, Pierre, all of these guys, I had good battles with, and it was a lot of fun. So good that it saved our weekend in a way, because Friday and Saturday didn't go to plan. But no better way to go on holidays now.
Lance, well, great to see you in the points after what has been a difficult weekend.
Yeah.
How did the race go for you?
It was all right. Could have been better. Could have been worse. So it was all right.
We're kind of at that point, obviously, halfway through the year, heading into the summer break. What's the mood in the team? What's your mood?
We got some work to do, for sure. It's been a little bit more challenging the last few races, so a few things to work on.
Yesterday was a really horrible day, so I didn't want to keep that kind of feeling into the summer break, and in the end, able to keep it all clean and put it all together, especially today. So I was happy, definitely, and feeling ready for the also still second half of the season.
I don't know why today, if we had a problem or not on the engine, but we've been quite strong the whole weekend in the straight, and today I just couldn't do anything fighting-wise. So it was a bit unexpected. So yeah, we'll check with the guys, and I think they still put a smile on my face to leave this weekend with a small trophy, and I think there is definitely some positive to build on for the second part of the year.
Not quite enough to get into the top 10, and it was actually quite straightforward race. Only thing was the start. I had to go to the grass a little bit because Yuki was drifting to the right and I was next to him. But apart from that, pretty solid race, and the pace between the different cars in the middle is so similar that it's quite difficult to make progress.
Yeah, it's been obviously not an easy season for our team, but I think there's plenty of opportunities, especially when we go to the tracks with a bit more higher downforce tracks. And just reset really, and getting ready, switching off everything for this period and ready for the second half.
You know, we do have great straight line speed, and that was fun. I mean, the racing was fun today. I actually enjoyed the racing, but I mean, we were so slow in sector 2 and sliding around so much. It was a tricky one out there because in some respects I had to drive slowly in sector 2 to save my tyres, but then I was getting overtaken in sector 2, so then I was having to push in sector 2, which was then degrading my tyres even more, and it was just like a downward spiral. It is what it is. I had some fun out there today, not the results we wanted, but we'll focus on. Actually, we won't focus. We'll take a nice summer break and then refocus.
Big decoration today. I think we're getting a good understanding of what it is we need to do, and I'm looking forward to the second half of the year. Looking forward to some upgrades and making some changes to the car, and hopefully we can get back in the game, because it's still I think we're still P7 in the constructors, just hanging in there, and that's our aim as a team to gain another position in the constructors from last year. So we got everything to play for.
I think everyone's excited for a break. Other than me, I'd love to keep going, but in saying that, I'm actually quite grateful to have 2 races before the break, so it gives me something to work off and certainly think about. And I said, even like race fitness, just to know what I can keep improving on. So as much as I would love to keep racing, I think the break is a good chance for me to keep working behind the scenes.
We left that first stop too late. Pretty much got undercut from wherever we were back to the back, so that was a bit disappointing. But after that we really struggled on the medium tire to make it last. I don't think it helped where we came out position-wise. We came straight back into a fight, which wasn't good, and tough day for sure.
I think tire deck was high, and car pace also wasn't good enough, to do anything, particularly not to challenge for points. So it continues that picture. I mean, all in all, this weekend was pretty. Let's forget about it quickly. Reset, regroup, and we have 3 weeks to refresh, and then hopefully come back stronger in Zandvoort.
You want my honest opinion? I think it was a bit optimistic by Oscar, trying to go three side by side into one. If you look at the last 7-8 years, everyone who has tried that move has never really worked and has generated a bit of a crash when you look at the past races. So I don't know if maybe a bit of a lack of experience, a bit optimistic, but again, a racing incident that cost us the race.
Yeah, I think obviously had a pretty good launch. Was getting alongside Carlos, and then with his, he kind of jinxed to the inside a bit, and obviously had to get out of the brakes to not get hit. And then my nose was kind of there, and at that point it was too late to try and back out. Unfortunately ended up in contact, but shame to end so early.